Very good morning, Astro Weirdos and Sluts. So, today I'm going to talk to you about Cancer, specifically Mars in Cancer. If you have displacement like I do, it's very important for you to regulate your emotions and for you to understand that all those stereotypes about Cancer, about you being emotional, about Cancers being crybabies, that's mostly true, especially if your Mars in Cancer has like a lot of heavy lines. Those lines in your chart tell you how the energy is interacting with the other planets, and it lets you know how you could best manipulate that energy towards you. For example, my Mars in Cancer is in the first house. That makes me sort of like an Aries Mars, even though my first house is ruled by Gemini, because in whole sign astrology, the first house is Aries energy. And you need to keep that in mind when you're trying to decipher your energy around you so that you can manipulate to bring in the change that you actually want to see. A lot of the times we get stuck in these stereotypes and we think that we cannot change them because that's how somebody told us that astrology works. But that's not true. All astrology is doing is showing you the energy that you have to be able to create and how to manipulate. So if you have a Cancer Mars, it's very, very important for you to understand your emotions, what triggers them, what makes you feel better, what brings you back to your normal, which is like your baseline, and also to work with the moon, understand the shifts. This is the same if you have Mars in Capricorn, and if you have any Capricorn placements in your chart. I talk about this a lot. You need to get to know the opposite sign of your planets to also manipulate that energy. So Capricorn, with you Cancers, Capricorn is very, what's it called? They're very oriented to their goals. They're, they're known as the sign that will work themselves to death. So you're emotionally putting yourself in a coffin. They're working themselves to death, two different things. And so you need to turn those emotions into fuel to work towards you. So one of the ways that you could do that, Mars and Cancer friends, is that you examine your emotions. You examine what you're holding on to. You examine the trauma that you don't want to let go. I know that it sounds like a lot, but doing all of this is going to help you understand where your energy is actually going. So what are some of the first steps? Some of the first steps is keep track of those, those negative thoughts that pop into your head whenever you make a mistake. What's the most constant one that you hear? The one that's on repeat. Write it down. See how you could break it down. See where this actually comes from. A lot of the times we carry with us negative energy, and especially like negative, talk about ourselves because it was handed down to us as a kid or sometime in the past, and we took it and we identified with it. How are you using the stuff that you were told in the past against yourself? How is that keeping your identity up? Examine all of that, because for you Cancer Mars friends, your emotions and especially the trauma that you keep is going to affect you when you get older. How it affects you is completely up to you.